Hello and welcome to J&J Bowling's 9-pin no-tap tournament held at Pin and Tonic in Beecher, Illinois. This is Game 3. We've watched the first two games. On this pair, it'll be lanes 1 and 2. We'll have Matt Riekers and JT Tenerella. We'll see shortly. We missed Riekers' first shot, but he scored a 7. JT Tenerella up on lane 2. He's going to take this step back. Something was off on his approach. He just didn't feel comfortable. For bowlers, it is smart to take that step back if you do not feel comfortable on your approach, and don't force a shot if you need to feel comfortable to be able to bowl good. We got Matt Riekers stepping up on lane 1. He's going to shoot his spare shot. Hits the curve at the end. He's going to start off with a 7 spare. So coming back up on lane 2 is JT Tenerella. His first shot coming up here. That's going to hit Brooklyn. We're going to leave 2 pins remaining. So he's going to have to shoot a second ball. Both him and Riekers not starting out how they would ideally want to. Especially with Tenerella. He's got a little bit of a baby split here to try to convert. Let's see if he can try to pick this up. Looks like it's going to be a little right. He will get the 10. No, he'll leave the 10 pin, pick up 1. So he'll have a 9 on his first throw. JT's going to go on over to lane number 1 for his second shot. Let's see what he can do here. Going to try to bounce back from that open frame. Playing it fairly straight. A little bit too much left. He's going to leave a bigger split there that looks like maybe the 5-10. Going to be a little harder to pick up. He's going to have to hit that on the left side of the 5 pin, kick that out into the 10 pin to try to pick this up. He's going to have to move his mark in the first shot a little bit right because he's gone Brooklyn twice now. Let's see if he can get this to the left. He gave it a valiant effort. That was a pretty nice shot, but not good enough. That is going to leave 1 pin remaining. 2 opens for JT Tenerella. I met Tenerella for the first time on Sunday. Very, very nice guy. Hoping he's going to be able to bounce back from these 2 open frames. Matt Riekers' second shot coming up. He's got the 7 spare in the first. A lot of what I know from bowling is from Matt Riekers. Matt Riekers is a very good coach, very good bowler. Let's see what he can do in his second shot. Nice long approach. He's going to play it wide right, and he's going to get the strike there. 7 spare strike to start off for Matt. Good shot there. Like where he was able to play that. It looked like it was through first and second arrow, I believe. Let's try to watch his third frame here. Kind of get an idea of where he's shooting. It's important to develop a routine. When you watch Matt, you'll see him do the same routine. Helps him keep comfortable in his shots. Third frame coming here. That looked like it was through second arrow. He's going to hit right into the pocket. He's going to get the strike. 7 spare strike to start off for Matt Riekers. Bounces back from that first frame. JT Tenerella's third frame coming up. 2 opens in the first 2. Hoping he can bounce back here. Let's see what he can do. He got that one right. That's going to come right into the pocket very nicely. That's a strike. That's where he's been. That looks like exactly where he needs to be. Looks like that's where he wanted it in the first 2 shots. He just got it a little bit left, missed his mark. Very beautiful shot. 4th frame here, JT Tenerella. That's going to come back a little bit light, but he's going to get some pin action. We're going to lead the 5 pin, but that is good enough for a strike here in no pin, no tap tournament. 9 open, strike for JT Tenerella. Riekers' 4th frame coming up. He's got such a consistent routine. Reekers, that looks good. That's going to come back. Leaves one pin. But that's good enough for a strike. That was a very weird leave. Stone 8 there. Little shout out to Randy Peterson. If only Randy Peterson was in a 9-pin no-tap tournament when he threw that ball. Reekers 5th frame upcoming. Comes back strong into the pocket. He's got a 4-bagger there. Very good shot by Reekers. Ball came back strong. JT Tenorilla, he's up here now. Gonna go Brooklyn. Leaves 2 pins. He's wobbling. But it does not fall down. He leaves 2 pins. He's gonna have to shoot a spare here. The easiest of the pins that he's left. The other 2, one was a baby split, one was a pretty big split. Hopefully he can pick this one up here. Get back on track. Is that going to go? Oh, that's, yep, we're good. Okay. He does get the spare there. Didn't know it was starting to take off a little bit. I didn't know if it was going to chop the pin. JT Tenorilla 6th frame up on lane number 1. Looks good. Hits the pocket. 6 around the 10. But that's okay here. That's a strike. So we got 9 open, strike, 8 spare strike for JT Tenorilla. 6th frame for Reekers coming up on lane number 2. 7th frame coming up on lane number 1 right after that. Reekers working on a 4-bagger. Let's see what he can do here. Getting ready to throw it. Looks like he hit his mark. It hits the pocket strong. That's a very flush shot. That is a 5-bagger for Reekers. So after that 7 spare, he struck every single shot since. 4 out of the 5 were all natural strikes. Were all 10 fall into the pit. Only utilized the 9-pin. No tap, only once in the 4th frame. 7th frame here. Reekers looking for the 6-pack. Looks good. Comes back stronger than he would have liked. Leaves 1 pin remaining, but he gets the 6-pack there. It looked like he hit his mark. The ball just took off a lot. Read the oil a lot sooner. Read the lanes a lot sooner, I mean. But he's still good enough to get a 6-pack there. JT Tenorilla. His next shot coming up. It looked good. Right at the end, just came back a little too much. Got too much of the head pin. He's going to have to shoot a spare here. Leaves 2 pins remaining. Let's see what he can do here. He picked up the last 2 pins he left like this. See if he can do it again. Got a nice shot of Rick Chapman there. He's also bowling. We've seen him before. Last game, JT Tenorilla will pick that up on frame number 7. 8 spare for him. Frame number 8 coming up on lane number 1 for Tenorilla. That one's going to hit Brooklyn. Leaves 2 pins again. He's going to have to shoot at this. Not the same leave, but 2 pins causing him trouble yet again. Just came back a little bit too much. Got too much of the head pin. It makes it harder to shoot at these spares with the wall right there, because ideally the bowlers would like to move left and try to throw right at the pins, but they got the wall right there, and it's a mental game. But does not stop JT Tinarella from picking up that spare. He gets a spare there. 2 spares in a row for him. 2 frames left. He's going to try to strike out here. Maximize the score as much as possible. Matt Reekers, frame number 8 coming up. Working on a great game so far. Through 7. Only 1 spare. The rest are strikes. Working on a 6-back here. Trying to go for a 7-bagger. Let's see what Rieger's got here. Hits it a little bit light, but he gets the pin action. He's going to have 7 strikes in a row there. Foundation frame coming up next for Matt Riekers on lane number 1. Very good game here for Matt Riekers. Certainly needs it. I believe he does not get any handicap for this tournament. The 9-pin no-tap tournament is a handicap-based tournament. But his average is high enough that I believe he does not get any at all. Foundation frame here. That is going to go way too much through the head pin. Leaves 2 pins. He's going to try to pick this here. And I did get confirmation Matt Riekers does get 0 pins for his handicap. Forces him to bowl better to compete with some people that do get handicap. Matt Riekers looking to spare here. Heading to the 10th frame on a spare. And he's going to pick that up. Remains clean through 9. 7 strikes, 2 spares. JT Tinarella going to step up on lane number 2. 8 spare in his last 2 frames. Gets that one way out there. Comes back in. It looked like it came back in pretty flush. But he's going to leave 2 pins remaining on the exact opposite side that he has been leaving them. So 3 frames in a row. JT Tinarella has left 2 pins that he has to shoot a second ball at. Let's see if he can continue his streak of spares. That ball is moving and it's going to come right into those 2 pins. 8 spare, 8 spare, 8 spares his last 3 frames as he heads into the 10th frame. Let's see if he can strike out here. This looks like a good shot. It's going to hit the pocket. Looks like a 6 around the 10. Leaves a 10 pin. That is a strike. Hopefully 2 more strikes remaining for him in the 10th frame. But he's at least got 2 more shots. JT Tinarella. Ball's going to come back a little light. Gets 1 of those 3 pins to fall down. Leaves 2 more. Same leave as frame number 9. He picked this up last time. Let's see if he can do it again. Looks like he had a little bit more speed on that one than the last frame. He's not going to pick that up. He's going to finish with a 180. 8-1, 8-1, strike, strike, 8 spare, strike, 8 spare, 8 spare, 8 spare, strike, 8 open. Matt Riekers going to finish up his 10th frame here on lane number 2. He can max out with a 268. Let's see what Matt's got here as he goes through his routine. Very solid shot. Comes in a little light, leaves a 10 pin, but that is a strike. 2 more shots remaining for Matt Reekers. Going to try to strike out for that 268. JT Tinarella moving over to lanes 3 and 4 for his final game. You bowl 4. You throw out your worst score. Take your best 3. Combine with your handicap, and that's your series. Reeker's second shot, frame number 10. Comes back strong, leaves a 9 pin, it looks like. But that is a strike here. 1 throw away from a possible 268. Matt Reeker's final throw here of game number 3. Hits that one, leaves a 10 pin. He's going to walk away with his hands up. That's fine. 268 for Matt Reekers. Very good game. 180 for JT Tinarella. 268 for Matt Reekers. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the scratch game 3 scores. Reekers 268 was good for second. John Gokul at a 286. Then you see 256, 245. Good shooting by these bowlers in game 3. Stay tuned for the final game 4.